Didn't you guys just have a whole other number where you were... Anyway. So, secondly, as remember, there were 2 points that I mentioned about main themes. The second one was that Edwin Drood is about how precious life is. Rupert always knew that in his version of Edwin Drood, Drood would not die. Rupert wanted Drood to be perceived as dead so that we could pursue the murder of him and then bring Drood back to life with his lengthy explanation of how he survived. And Rupert was tickled, and hopefully is still tickled, by the fact that in the last song in the show, which you're about to hear, Drood says to the audience, "I've read the writing on the wall, and the greatest mystery is not the history of Jasper, Drood, and one and all," which is an outrageous thing to say to an audience. How can you tell them in the last number that the entire show was unimportant? But it was important. When the show opened at the Delacorte Theater, it was an experience that everyone in the audience was able to enjoy, appreciating life, but no one more than Rupert's 10-year-old daughter, Wendy. Wendy loved ballet, theater, movie musicals, and comedy. She never said a bad word, she wept at Brigadoon, and the mystery of Edwin Drood was her show. She would bring friends to see the show, Rupert would take them all backstage, and then without warning, she was gone. So, at the top of the score for the published materials for this show, it says, "The mystery of Edwin Drood is forever dedicated to the lovely memory of Wendy Isabel Holmes." So this evening, I'd like to first of all, thank everyone up here on the stage, everyone in the audience, the team here at 54 Below, but more importantly, I'd like to ask you all to join us in dedicating tonight's performance to Rupert's daughter, Wendy. Now, without further ado, here is our Drood from this evening, Alice Nutting.
I'm alive! Hello, all! I am Lazarus, risen from the grave. Quite alive, you'll find me. This tomb behind me is where I faced my closest shave. When I struck my head against the street, I was stunned, not stricken. Our plot doth thicken, for Jasper flew me off my feet to the crypt. I awoke in dark beyond belief, and while all above me showed their grief, I was screaming for my very breath. Only moments from death. You have no idea the sudden strength that you feel within you, the steel and sinew as fate stands smiling at arm's length. I escaped from cloister am I fled, and I did not return here till I could learn here just who in hell would wish me dead. But more than that, more than what solution fits the crime, what I've learned is life is bits of time, and you fight for every tiny speck when you're held by the neck. I have read the writing on the wall, and the greatest mystery is not the history of Jasper, Drood, and one and all. I have met my maker and returned. What advice I'm giving to all those living is just to learn what I have learned. Life is dear, there can be no victory in defeat. If outnumbered, beat a fast retreat to the nearest shelter and dig in. When you live, then you win. Scratch and claw for every day you're worth. Make them drag you screaming from life. Keep dreaming you'll live forever here on earth. I have seen the writing on the wall, and it's clearly spelled out for those who've held out that holding on to life is all. Is it clear? If you hear my voice, then you're alive.
Thank you all, and we'll see you next time.